Hello and welcome. My name is Voldus from Data, and today we are talking about an exciting portfolio release from Dell Technologies, the APEX portfolio. If you haven't already heard about APEX, you're sure to hear a lot about it in the coming months. At a very high level, APEX is a consumption-based way of consuming Dell Technologies' vast product portfolio. I'm pleased today to welcome Damian from Dell to have a chat to us about APEX. Damian, please tell us about yourself. Do you like long walks on the beach and candlelit dinners?
Well, it depends who I'm with, mate. But so I run the partner pre-sales team for Dell Technologies across India, Korea, Australia, New Zealand. And I personally am really excited to be here today talking to you about the APEX portfolio, the transition that the company's making into the as-a-service arena is just a fantastic thing for our customers and our partners.
Yeah, excellent. More and more of the conversation we are having with partners these days has a component of cloud in it, be it multi-cloud or hybrid cloud. What exactly is multi-cloud and hybrid cloud? Where does APEX fit in, and what are the impacts on customers?
Yeah, it's a really good question. So, a lot of these terms are getting spoken about today in the market, and I think there's a little bit of confusion around multi-cloud versus hybrid cloud. And, as a Dell Technologies point of view, we're very clear that hybrid cloud is where you really need to be as a customer. Multi-cloud is in essence exactly what it sounds like, so having multiple clouds, whereas hybrid cloud is being able to effectively control those multiple clouds with single management consoles and single points of infrastructure. So, yeah.
And obviously multi-cloud doesn't work for everybody. The hybrid, you've got a component of on-premise and in the cloud.
Correct.
Different workloads, different sources, part of the overall conversation that is needed to be had.
Yeah.
This will obviously open up new opportunities for customers and partners. How can they address these?
Yeah, so look, I think thinking about what those opportunities are, probably we need to think about what the challenges are that the customers are experiencing today. And when we're out there talking to customers, they're telling us that the challenges are around the operational models. Because, when we talk about cloud not being a destination, cloud being an operating model is probably a better way to think about it. If you've got multiple clouds in your environment today, you're probably going to have challenges managing those clouds, right? You need different skill sets. They've got different attack surfaces from a security perspective. We've all seen some high profile security breaches of late. And I think, right now, making sure that you have that infrastructure centralized and it's planned rather than sort of ad hoc grown is really, really important.
Yeah, security is a really big topic at the moment. There's been a huge and rapid shift away from traditional infrastructure purchasing with the CapEx model to a consumption-based OpEx model. This brings up new and exciting challenges. How can our partners address this?
Yeah, that's interesting as well. So when we think about CapEx to OpEx, I think we also need to think about where the industry has moved and what our customers are looking for. So customers are after outcome-based solutions, and we'd seen that in the products as the products had shifted over the last sort of decade when we went through that virtualization, and then we went into the seamless automation of products like VxRail, where we could literally just put in a specific platform and customers could buy a specific outcome, right? That was really important, though, that Netflix style of consumption, rather than having to put it together and build those components themselves. Well, now customers want to be able to consume that on a per monthly charge and have a specific outcome. And where our partners come in is our partners are the ones that are able to stitch that together. The partners are the ones that can put together all of these complex architectures and put the smarts around it. So, we can provide infrastructure on a commercial drip that makes sense, but we can't actually glue that together without the skills and expertise of our partners to turn these pieces of hardware into complex outcomes and solutions for our customers.
And their revenue stream at the end of the day.
Yeah, 100%. And it's all about annuity business, right? So we're seeing partners wanting to transition their revenue to annuity business, right? And we're seeing customers wanting to pay on annuity business. So we just need to work together to make sure that we can deliver on that for the customers.
Yeah, and I think your analogy to Netflix is also good. You get a lot more for a lot less initial cost.
Yeah, right now, if we think about what our partners are asking from us, Our partners are asking for simple architectures, quick time to market, and then being able to stack their own services on top of that, right? So it's not just about the deployment. So it's not just about that initial migration piece. It's about the ongoing management of the infrastructure, because customers are not in the business of data centers, right? Yeah. They don't want to run these massive IT departments anymore. They want IT to be an enabler and not a cost center, right? And it's all about that operational model we spoke about earlier.
Yeah. This is new ground for us all. Where do you see the partner opportunities, and why is this so important?
Yeah, so the partner opportunities are bringing your skills and expertise around specific solution stacks and applying that back to the APEX portfolio. So if we were to deploy some storage as a service, for example, or we were to deploy a cloud infrastructure, it's exactly just that, a cloud infrastructure. Where we need the partners is to be able to bring that the next level up and help our customers modernize their applications, help our customers re-platform, re-architect, refactor the applications into those new platforms. Because right now, if you've got a legacy series of applications, what do? Do you rebuild it? Do you re-platform it? Do you re-architect it? There's so many different things you can do, so many different ways you can tackle it. And if you look at these large application suites, I don't actually think that our customers can do this themselves. They need the skills and expertise of our partners who have done this before, who have been down this road, to be able to get to that modernization or that digital transformation.
Yeah. And that's where Dell can definitely help. They cover every base across a very broad portfolio. So having one trusted partner being Dell, we can cover every aspect of this.
Yeah, I think so, and I think it's very important to note that that partnership between Dicker Data and Dell Technologies around APEX is so strong. So from our partners' perspective, working with Dicker Data and working with Dell Technologies, we can deploy these architectures rapidly and effectively, and then we can build those services on top.
APEX is a very flexible consumption model. If you want to go full cloud, we've got that as an option. If we need something locally, we can go that option. Anything else you want to elaborate on that side?
Yeah, I think that's something we do need to explore, because from an APEX perspective, it's a consumption model that's very broad, right? So we can go on-premise from a storage perspective. We can go off-premise from a storage perspective. We can.
Which is data locality. So if we've got customers that need to know where their data is, we can cater for that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've got the ability to do on-prem infrastructure. We've got the ability to do off-prem infrastructure, and we've got the ability for our customers to choose which console they're going to leverage or what type of architecture they want to leverage. And we've also got the ability to burst now into the public cloud and deploy our software version of our hardware architectures in the public cloud. So for instance, we've just released a PowerFlex platform in AWS, which is part of our Project Alpine release of APEX. So, we have a lot of flexibility for our partners to be able to design architectures for their customers, whether they be on-prem, off-prem, hybrid, or whether they even want to embark on a CSP hosting type activity for multiple customers.
And you're going to get that same user experience across the whole platform.
Yeah, it's going to be a consistent feel. And I think, if we've got customers that have a specific platform that they want to leverage, then we can certainly accommodate that. And that's part of the value proposition that we're offering with the portfolio, is we're not locking you in to that specific vendor, whether it's Red Hat, VMware, Microsoft. We have the options and the capabilities within the APEX portfolio to deploy those solutions for you on the OPEX architecture that the customers are asking for.
We've got a lot of partners that have taken a public cloud first approach to their business. How can APEX slot into this?
Yeah, so a public cloud first approach is an interesting one. And I think during the pandemic, we did see a lot of customers moving to the public cloud quite rapidly, because it gave the ability to deploy workloads very, very quickly. But now we're seeing that those workloads might not necessarily all be right for the public cloud. From an architecture perspective, maybe they are, and maybe some of them can be repatriated back, right? And part of that assessment process that our partners are doing with our customers is identifying areas where there might be data sovereignty issues. We might want to repatriate specific components of the data, or we might want to have the ability to burst between public and private. So APEX can help us by deploying solutions both in the public arena and in the private arena, and architecting that link between public and private as well. I think that's a really important point.
And at the end of the day, you get much better cost management of your entire infrastructure.
Well, that's right. You're going to get cost visibility of what you need, and we've got that just-in-time provisioning model, that on-demand design. So we can design those architectures quite flexibly from a technology perspective, but we can also design the commercial model very flexibly around that to suit the business growth. Whether we've got the high watermark there, or whether you want us to provision infrastructure on demand and pay for use when you turn it on. There's many different models, whatever suits the customer outcome.
Yeah, because one size does not fit all.
Correct. One size doesn't fit all, and that's the whole point. That's the whole premise behind the APEX architecture. Yeah.
Can you give us some examples of the Australian market where we're seeing some opportunities where partners are doing really well?
Yeah, so what we're seeing is an explosion of object data. Everything seems to be unstructured at the moment. So if I give you as a simple example is everyone seems to be doing CCTV right now, right? There's cameras popping up everywhere, and all of that data is unstructured, right? So when we look at what our partners can bring for our customers, if we've got a partner that's skilled at CCTV systems, we've got a partner that can stitch together the physical installation of those CCTV cameras, be able to set up the architecture from a design perspective, and then implement the software components as well as the Dell APEX portfolio underneath that. That's a lot of value that partner's bringing to that customer. And when I mentioned before about partners being able to stitch together all those complex components to turn that into a simple outcome for our customer, it's exactly like that. That's a great example of something that partners can deliver on today for the customers and bring their own IP. We're seeing a lot of vertical focus as well. So we're seeing, whether it's healthcare, whether it's, education, a lot of those conversations that customers are looking for are specific to their industry. They want people who have an intimate knowledge of their industry.
And again, once again, the Dell portfolio is so large that Dell have covered all of these verticals. So they've got solutions, ideas, already pre-configured solutions that we can bring into this.
Yeah, that's correct. And we also have specialist expertise in those areas. So, in partnership, Dicker and Dell, we can work together to really bring to bear those solutions for the customers by wheeling in those experts that can speak fluid dynamics and genomics to those customers. Right, so as a partner, you don't necessarily need to have those skills on day one. We can help you stitch that together, but where the partner really brings value is partnering with partners, right? Stitching together, okay, that camera piece with the software piece with the APEX piece, and being able to, bring that together as a single outcome on a single piece of paper. That's where the real value is for us.
They've got that relationship. They need to work on the relationship with us, and together we can grow the business.
Yeah, definitely. It's a strong partnership, and it's a real opportunity to get on the ground floor, take advantage of that right now. The offerings are in market today. So, there's nothing stopping us going out there and executing, and we've got resources ready to assist.
Thanks so much, Damian. Amazing.
It's awesome, mate. Thanks for having me.
Please stay tuned for more APEX-related content where we'll take a bit more of a deep dive into the features and benefits on offer. If you have any more questions or would like to get some more information around APEX, please reach out to the Dell team at Dicker Data.